Speaking to Fox News, Mr. Lippold claimed Donald Trump could verify through U.S. intelligence channels who was responsible for the recent deadly chemical attack in Syria and could take Syria's chemical power away from President Assad completely. He said, "The first thing we need to do is verify through intelligence channels that, in fact, the attack took place. Who carried it out, where it was launched from, what was used to do it. And then at that point, we take a step back and we put together the military forces and then decide whether we're going to react in a manner that would take away that capability. Not like we did last time with the Tomahawk missile, but this time on a more permanent basis and with the backing the Security Council, hopefully, at the UN." Fox Getty World War III. Former U.S. commander claimed the U.S. could take Syria's chemical capability away for good. Mr. Trump promised forceful action on Monday in response to a suspected Syrian poison gas attack that killed at least 60 people and injured more than 1,000 others. U.S. officials said military options were being developed. Mr. Trump said, "We are going to make a decision tonight or very shortly thereafter. And you'll be hearing the decision. We can't let atrocities like we all witnessed. We can't let that happen in our world. We can't let that happen, especially when we're able to, because of the power of the U.S., because of the power of our country, we are able to stop it. Not like we did last time with the Tomahawk missile, but this time on a more permanent basis." Kirk S. Lippold. Mr. Trump also hit out at Syrian President Bashar al-Assad and allies Russia and Iran over the suspected chemical attack. He wrote on Twitter, "Many dead, including women and children, in mindless chemical attack in Syria. Area of atrocity is on lockdown and encircled by Syrian army, making it completely inaccessible to outside world. President Putin, Russia and Iran are responsible for backing animal Assad, big price to pay." The U.S. State Department announced earlier on Monday there will be consequences for the deadly attack. In response to Mr. Trump's comments, Russia has warned of grave repercussions. Moscow's ambassador to the UN made the threat as he dismissed claims the Syrian regime had used chemical weapons as fake news. Mr. Nebensha called for the Organization for the Prohibition of Chemical Weapons to urgently fly to Syria to visit the site of the attack. The UN Security Council is set to vote on a new inquiry into responsibility for use of chemical weapons in Syria. Richard Gowan, the UN expert at the European Council on Foreign Relations, said, "This is basically a diplomatic setup. Russia will inevitably veto the U.S. resolution criticizing Assad, and Washington will use this to justify military strikes." The Russian Foreign Ministry has warned against military action as they claim invented and fabricated excuses. Syrian President Bashar al-Assad and his supporters, including Russia, have been blamed by world leaders for the chemical attack. Russia and Syria have both denied involvement in the incident in the rebel-held town of eastern Ghouta near Damascus.